Okay, so you might think we're all living in the 2020s, right? Well, what if I told you that for millions of people, the current year is actually 2974?
Yeah, you heard that right. For the Amazigh people all across North Africa and, around the world, this isn't some far-off future. It's right now. And this number, it represents a culture and a history that goes back for thousands and thousands of years.
So, the big question is, how on earth do you get to a year like 2974? Well, it's a fascinating story that kind of weaves together ancient myths, the land, a powerful king, and a really modern search for identity. Let's get into it.
See, to really get this calendar, we can't just start with the math. Nope. We have to start with its soul. And its soul is totally connected to the earth, to the seasons, and to these amazing old stories that were told to explain the world.
A perfect example is this foundational myth about a defiant old woman. The story goes that she thought winter was over. January had been pretty mild. So she starts mocking it, kind of thumbing her nose at nature. Well, January gets angry. It goes to February and says, hey, let me borrow a day and night. And with that extra time, it unleashes this absolutely brutal storm to punish her. And in the end, the woman and her entire flock were frozen solid, turned to stone. It became this legendary warning about respecting the power of the natural world.
So, you see, it's way more than just a story about the weather. It's a moral lesson baked right into the calendar about being grateful for what nature provides. And this very idea is at the absolute heart of the New Year celebration, which is called Yennayer.
Okay, so we've got the myth, the spirit of the calendar. But what about that specific number, 2974? Well, for that, we need to jump from legend into actual recorded history. And the key figure here is this guy, Sheshonq I. He was this incredibly powerful Amazigh leader who, get this, marched into Egypt, took on Pharaoh's Ramesses II, and won. He actually established himself as the new pharaoh, kicking off a whole new dynasty.
And this is where it all clicks into place. You've got two key dates. First, way back in 950 BC, you have Sheshonq's historic victory. Then, you fast forward almost 3,000 years to 1980. That's when modern Amazigh cultural activists decided to make that victory year zero. It was this brilliant way of formally anchoring their calendar and their identity in a moment of incredible historical strength. So you just do the math, 950 plus our current year, and bam, you get to 2,974. It's ancient history reclaimed for today.
So, that's the history. But what does it actually look like today? How do people celebrate Yennayer, the Amazigh New Year? Well, it's grown from its old farming roots into this huge, vibrant cultural holiday.
Yennayer is just this explosion of joy and community. You've got families coming together for these massive feasts. And the dishes they make, they're full of grains and vegetables, a direct throwback to the calendar's agricultural origins. People dress up in traditional clothing, and there's music, there's dancing. It's this beautiful, shared celebration of a common heritage that stretches across North Africa.
And this is really the heart of it all. This is where the myths, the history, and the modern celebrations all tie together. The calendar isn't just a tool for marking time. It's become this incredibly powerful symbol of cultural pride and survival.
I mean, just look at the journey this calendar has been on. For centuries, it was basically an informal farmer's guide used to figure out when to plant and when to harvest. But now, it's an official national holiday in places like Morocco. It's recognized as a core part of the national identity, right alongside other major calendars. That is a huge shift. And you might be thinking, okay, it's a holiday, so what? But this recognition is a massive deal. It's not just about a day off work. It validates a history and a culture that for a long time were pushed to the margins. It makes the whole country stronger by embracing all of its diverse parts. And, it backs up the status of the Amazigh language and is just a profound source of pride and justice.
It kind of makes you think, doesn't it? The next time you glance at your own calendar, maybe it's worth asking, what stories are hidden in the way we count our days? The Amazigh year 2974 is such a cool reminder that a calendar is never just about numbers. It's about who we are.